This is your Solana Daily Debrief. It's the 7th of May. We've got plenty of news, plenty of alpha as per normal, and I'll also show you a low risk liquidity pool that's currently earning over 40%. Low risk is my opinion, not financial advice, but I'm doing it personally. So let's get started. So CoinGecko as per normal, Bitcoin's basically the same, Solana's slightly up, ETH slightly down. As I've mentioned before, it's just in a crab market, just chop, 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 just going along like that, but it looks all good to me. Before we go any further, there is a fake Seb Monty out there, and this is normal. When I start to get more and more popular, I'll have tens of fake Seb Montys. You can see very easily there's no E here, and they'll be trying to DM you and whatever. Of course, we know because we keep on top of our operational security that we don't answer DMs from randoms. I'm not gonna ask you to send me money or anything like that. There's no private alpha group. In the future, when there is some sort of private group, it will be publicly known what the links are. So this person here is just a scammer. Another little PSA from Solandy. Now, more and more people are reaching out to them because they invested in a meme coin and now their account got frozen, so they can't sell. Nothing you can do at that point. So what this means is you go and buy a meme coin, and I laugh when I say invested because you're gambling. You're not investing, you're gambling. Anyway, so you go and gamble on a meme coin, then the developer sees enough liquidity come in, and then this is very cheeky. I don't condone this, of course, but it's just a little funny, I guess. I hope it teaches people a lesson when they're like playing with like $5 and $10 and not when they're playing with thousands. Anyway, so they go and freeze the contract, meaning you can't then say sell it, or maybe you can't move it, or maybe you can't do anything with it. And then maybe the only person that can actually sell it is, of course, the dev that created this. This happened the other day with Bonkiller, and I guess it's happening more and more and more. He has a personal tip of don't buy meme coins. That's very general, generic advice. Certainly not a tip that I'm going to go with. My advice, of course, is use a burner wallet, and if meme coins interest you, then, expect that you're actually gambling. You could lose your money. Just keep that directly in mind. Also, keep in mind a very simple thing, because I do get this question every now and then. If someone sends a meme coin into your wallet and you do nothing with it, then it cannot hurt you. If you want to know if it has value, go to Jup, find the meme coin, and see if it will swap into SOL. If it will swap into SOL, if you have $100 worth of this meme coin, and you go and you can convert into SOL, then it has value. Then you can look into the socials and you can work out then if you want to keep it, sell half, sell it all, whatever. But that's how you work out what these meme coins are and if they have value. Now on to actual Solana news. So Invest answers Solana versus everything. Literally, this is when you pair Solana versus another token, such as Matic, ETH, Polkadot, and you can see they're all green. Essentially, in a lot of people's opinions that are Solana bulls, Solana maxis, I guess you could say. Probably not Solana maxi, that wouldn't be the right word, but Solana bulls. You can essentially see that there's a huge narrative that we think is going to bring more people onto this blockchain. It just works, there's dApps here, it just has a much higher upside. So Joe McCann, same view, Sol BTC, notice a pattern here. Risk is re-entering the market as the relative value of owning BTC is less than Sol. Sol is the highest beta large cap token. Follow the flows. I was watching a video the other day, I can't remember who the YouTuber was, but very smart person, covers mostly ETH stuff, but he ended up adding more SOL to his position. He didn't want to add it when SOL was $200, and fair enough. His reasoning being he thought maybe it could do a 3 or 4x, and he thinks that BTC could also do a 3 or 4x, or maybe even ETH could, and they would therefore have less risk because the bigger altcoins have, more liquidity. However, when Solana came down to 125, all of a sudden that's like a 7x. And so he decided to go and pick up a whole lot of Solana. Right now, Solana's like $157. So in my opinion, I still think it's very, very undervalued, but I'm going to DCA regardless anyway. That's just how I'm going to do things. I think normally that just outperforms the market. Now, however, if you do like other assets, cloned assets are officially integrated into Jup.ag. This is with Clone Protocol. So as an example, some Doge, some ARB, some OP. So Doge is the meme coin on its own blockchain. ARB is Arbitrum, and this is an Ethereum layer 2. And OP, this is like the governance token for the Optimism blockchain as well. Same with ARB, they're both governance tokens on those layer 2s. But if you want to own basically a bridged version of this, you can own it on Solana, you can have price exposure, the number goes up, you can then sell it, or you can bridge it back, something like that. This could be for you. But just keep in mind that there is always a little bit of extra risk when you're playing with tokens on other blockchains when they're not on the native blockchain. However, having said that, if you want some of these, you could potentially farm Clone Protocol, and Solf has a guide. Features some of the best tech on Solana, has been integrated into Jupiter, and is very underfarmed. I think it's going to be very underfarmed because the cloned assets aren't necessarily interesting. Doge probably will not be as good of a hold as Bonk, in my opinion. OP, these are governance tokens. They already have high market valuation. However, maybe you want to grab some Sui on the blockchain, play over there, but maybe you don't have time right now and you go and grab some with Clone Protocol. And now let's shout out a little bit to Jup. So soon you'll download the Jupiter Exchange app, and every token you can imagine will be right there a few clicks away. And not just Solana tokens, all tokens with the help of Clone Protocol. Onboarding will be beyond simple, and Brennan believes Jup will go to $5. I'm not going to comment on the price of Jup. Personally, I've got a little bit of Jup. I would love a lot more Jup, and I do think it will go higher, but that's all I'll say. However, just the fact that one app will basically integrate with a whole lot of other ones, hundreds of other apps, and then just make it easy to go everywhere and have access to whatever you want, that's absolutely amazing. And just to be clear, no other blockchain dApp does that. Nothing. Now let's intersect the alpha. So I need some engagement, so here is the alpha. Found this LP on Kamino Finance, boosted by a Gauntlet with USDC rewards. This is one of the highest APYs I've seen for almost a stable pair. The risks, protocol vulnerabilities, the Euro C DPEG. So Euro C is the Euro stablecoin that's been created by Circle. In my honest opinion, same as the USDC DPEG, as in an EU collapse. And of course, do your own research. So this is on Kamino Finance, and I'm going to enter it right now because it's getting some extra rewards and I think it's worth it. So we'll go to app.kamino.finance and let's jump into our correct wallet. Got $1,000 in this DeFi wallet. I'm going to enter it all. We'll go and connect. Remember, if you actually have some allocation of Kamino tokens, you can go to Kamino and claim any. So I've got some to claim. Go and accept, claim your Kamino, and then confirm. This is a tutorial wallet. This is not my main wallet. And now here I'll go and stake. Just need to let it go through, sorry. Jump into our wallet. We should see our Kamino here. Here we are. Give this a little refresh. We'll stake our Kamino, max stake, and confirm. Okay, so that's going to go all in. Now, while that transaction is going through, we'll jump into liquidity. So we can go and sort like this with, say, all vaults. However, for some reason, this doesn't actually work quite often. So you can see it's just all around. So instead, go and use the search tool, and it's Euro C. So don't type in Euro because you won't find it. Euro C. You can see Gauntlet, 47.32%. The actual strategy yield is small at 1.28%, but there's a decent amount of actual rewards from Gauntlet. And the great thing with this is they're trying to bring in more liquidity, of course. So more liquidity means people in Europe might be more keen to actually go and trade with the Euro coin. Personally, I would be. I mean, this is where I'm living. I'd much rather use Euro quite often. So we'll go and deposit and stake. You're going to see we're going to convert some to Euros, deposit and stake, and then confirm. Now, I don't expect this to print money, not like some Solana and new meme coin that's printing 1,000% or something crazy. However, even if this dips down to 20%, that's still a very, very good yield. And right now, I think this is well worth it. You'll be getting points with Kamino, and if you're staking Kamino, you're going to get more points as well. You'll get a small return in terms of actual trading fees, and then you get these nice, juicy daily rewards. Also, on the subject of Kamino, incentives are live on the Kamino and Sol Vault. In collaboration with Rating Protocol, the Vault receives 12,000 Ray rewards throughout May. So if we go back to liquidity, and if we go to Kamino Vaults, let's have a look and see which one it is. So it's this one here, Kamino, no, not that one. Sorry, it's this one here. Kamino and Sol, there's already a decent amount of liquidity and quite a bit of volume, but we can see the incentive API is massive. So that's 91, plus the actual strategy is also printing some money. So if you're keen to do this, go for it. Personally, I would just be selling the Ray and putting it back in. I think Ray could do well this cycle if they turn their attention again to their launchpad to launch new projects. And if they do that, it could do well. However, it's not the right time to do it, and I have no idea if they're even thinking of doing it. That's what they did in 2021 when the price of Ray went from like $2 to $12. As for the actual price of Kamino, some people are asking me, what do you think the all-time high price of Kamino would be? I have no idea. 1, I'd most likely make a fool out of myself. 2, I actually like the token and I like Kamino a lot. This is a great dApp, and there are some bigger people starting to accumulate some Kamino, like NFT Doctor. There are people that are long-term bullish on this actual token. Now some news from the Tensor Foundation. Claim update for power users of Tensor protocols. If you're a power user, and there's probably only a couple of you that are actually watching this channel, then make sure you understand that you need to go and claim and that the allocation is vested. Claims are now live. It's a vesting sequence, so you get a little bit every day, every week, every month, something like that. A new update here from Photofinish. A month ago, Photofinish Live opened up crown staking for Season 14, and no horses needed, just bring your crown. Season 15 staking opens soon. That's the alpha. So if you have some crown, I don't, but if you do, you can go and stake it and you get more rewards, you get more crown. Rainfi, May 8th, droplets are halvening. So use a dApp now if you want to lend, borrow, earn some yield. I showed you yesterday how some people are doing really, really well in terms of a very decent amount of SOL actually in interest each week. It requires a little bit more knowledge, but it's actually not difficult at all. And Jussie also makes this post. I see a lot of people earn with Magic Swap on Rainfi. So when you buy 5 SOL with $100, especially on this market, but you can also farm the airdrop. Droplets are halvening, so keep that in mind. So one thing is, don't just go and use a dApp because of the airdrop potential. Use it because you think you have a strategy that can actually outperform the general market and actually get a return. Otherwise, you're more likely just to go DCA into SOL and be profitable by staking it. Stake it with validator.com, as I always remind you to do so. And that's probably going to be the safest option. Not financial advice, just the safest option. However, if you've got a little bit of skill or a little bit of understanding, go and use Rainfi. It's not actually difficult. And as long as you have tokens that you really like, in my opinion, it's worth it. News from JitoSOL. You can now bridge your JitoSOL from Solana to Arbitrum. And some big news from UpRock. So tomorrow, Wednesday, 5:30 p.m. UTC, after the Jup call, I will be the host for basically UpRock's token launch countdown. It will be call number 1, and there'll be a couple of these calls until this actually launches. This will be live streamed on Twitter and on YouTube. So come and join, and I'll just take you through with the founders what UpRock's about. There'll be plenty of news, and this is a project that I am legitimately bullish on. We have some news from Sphere Labs. After months in private beta, we're thrilled to announce on-off ramp done right, fast, inexpensive, and simple. Reach out to get started today. So this is a major thing that people are going to have issues with. They'll get into crypto, but they want to get out of crypto. They want to make some gains, and then they want to leave, and then they'll come back. Most people will come back in if they make some gains, if they find it's easy to on and off ramp. So I have no idea how good Sphere Labs is, or if it works just only in the US, or maybe it's other countries. I have no idea. However, if you're building something, try and build in some on or off ramp tool. This is one of the reasons why I think Jupiter will be so successful, is because they're trying to work with different people to allow onboarding from any country. And then from there, you'll do it on your mobile phone. Pretend I have a mobile phone here. You do it on your mobile phone, and then it's even easier. Literally, you have access to anyone that has internet. Also, a reminder, Solana Crossroads is May 10th and 11th. I made a mistake and I thought it was actually Saturday and Sunday, but it's not. It's Friday. It's Friday, May 10, and Saturday, May 11. So be there. It's going to be lots of fun. And I'll be there trying to do little update videos. I think it's going to be quite hard for me to do a daily alpha on this day. So we'll see how I go. In fact, it'll be quite hard to do it on this day as well. So maybe I won't have a daily alpha, but I will have little on the ground streams or little wee videos that I'll put out just covering this in general. And they'll just have its own playlist, and you can follow along if you're keen to hear any breaking news. Also, if you are actually going there, are you a member of the Solana Mobile who owns the Solana Saga? If you do, you might want to consider bringing your Saga to Solana Crossroads and attending Frank the Trader's presentation, and you might get some shadow. I will take my Saga. I'll even film it, everything on the Saga. It doesn't have the best camera, to be perfectly honest, but I'll do it just for the sake of it. And then we'll go from there. On the subject of Solana Mobile Chapter 2 pre-order tokens, they've surpassed 130,000. I've been asked this question: if you go and order this right now, will I get all of the previous airdrops? And of course not, you won't. However, if you go and order a Solana Mobile, I don't know how long until they get airdropped the next batch. I hope it would be kind of weekly or even faster. Of course, the best thing is go and pre-order it with USDC. Don't go and use a credit card or anything like that. Just make sure it's USDC. This NFT, just so you're aware, this is soul bound, meaning when it goes into your wallet, you can't move it, you can't sell it or anything like that. And then once it's in your wallet, that's when people like, meme coin projects or anyone, they can go and take this snapshot. So all of the wallet addresses that have one of these, and then they can consider it to go and, give some tokens to, or maybe they don't give the tokens, maybe you have to claim the tokens, whatever. Anyway, thus far, this cost me $450. Now I think it's $500. I have a referral link below. Please use that. However, this has probably earned me like $400. I still think there's plenty of potential because this is a community that's worth actually rewarding. They're supporting Solana, they're supporting research and development, onboarding the masses, all that sort of stuff. So if you are launching a meme coin, it is likely that this could potentially receive a drop. Having said that, 132,879 actual unique holders, that's quite a decent amount of rent you have to pay if you've created this meme coin, because it's, like each token uses like 20 cents worth of SOL or something along those lines. So what we might see happen is if you have one of these tokens, you may have to go to a website and actually claim the tokens. And I kind of keep you up to date when I see good opportunities like that. Onto the Degenerate Ape Academy, last chance to win prizes from the Recruits issue number 1. This is the first issue. So if you can, go and grab one of these. I've grabbed quite a few. There are 5 different covers. You've got 48 hours, and then we will pull the winners for all Minter perks. So 1 Solana Sensei collection whitelist, 1 Degenerate Ape Academy PFP, and 2 character features for your PFP in future issues. So what this last one is if you have a Degen Ape in the same wallet as your comic, or a Degen Trash Panda in the same wallet as your comic, if there's a random draw done and you actually have that, then your NFT will be featured in issue number 2. Potentially issue number 2 could be a later issue, but it makes your PFP a little bit more famous. With Marginfi, liquidation claims are now fully live. So if you were affected a little while ago, this is just a reminder. They've gone and reminded, so I just thought it'd be good that I actually remind you to go and do your claim if you were affected by the Switchboard Oracle. And finally, the Solana Renaissance Hackathon from Coliseum. It concluded a little while ago. There were a huge number of submissions, over 1,000 builders from over 95 countries, and these are the winners. So congrats to all those winners. Now the actionables. Follow Sol's guide for farming Clone Protocol. You can buy cloned assets on Jup.ag. Remember, these are actionables that you can do some of or none of or whatever. It's not financial advice. They're just things to take away. Use Gauntlet's LP for EuroC and USDC Vault on Kamino. I am personally doing this. I just showed you. DAA Recruits Mint. It ends the 8th of May, 8 p.m. at UTC. Go grab some if you're keen. I am keen, of course. Solana Crossroads this Friday and Saturday. If you can make it, brilliant. If you've got a ticket and you see me, say hi. And join the UpRock live stream Wednesday, 5:30 p.m. UTC. That's tomorrow. I'll be there. I'll be your host. So come and support me as I do my first foray into a live stream. Thanks so much for watching. Catch you tomorrow.